I used to pile things on the shelves and hope for the best. I'm partnering with Sterilite, and these 20-quart hinge lid storage boxes completely changed how I organize my closet. They're the perfect size for closets, shelves, and those awkward little spaces. The hinged lid means you'll never lose the top, and the built-in handles make them easy to grab and go. Now my closet feels so much more put together. Does your closet shelf look like mine? This is what I used to get it organized. I grabbed Sterilite's 20-quart hinge lid storage boxes. I love that the lids are hinged, and I also love that these are see-through. You can see the contents and you're not having to dig through boxes to find what you need. Plus they're stackable, and their sturdy handles make them easy to grab and store them away. Well, hello there. I cannot believe it is Thursday already. This week is flying by. I think it is. I don't know if you think that. I think that. I am getting ready to put some rub and buff on the light fixtures and on the mirror frames in our bathroom. I asked ChatGPT what he thought the best color of rub and buff would be. And he suggested antique gold and European gold. Do both of them and leave some of the dark from the mirror underneath. So I think what I'm going to try to do is put a blob of both in this cup, and then I'm going to trim this paintbrush down, I think. Well, I'm going to. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to trim some out of the middle and make a mess at the same time after I just vacuumed in here. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I trimmed out the middle to keep the two colors separate. And I'm going to use this brush on the mirror, since the surface area is big. I thought about using one of these. Where is it? This will take me forever. So that's why I'm going to use this on the mirror. So let's go see if it works. So this is the mirror, the dirty mirror. Don't look too close. I started adding rub and buff over on this side, and you see how it doesn't come out as bright on the camera as it does in real life. But I can't remember what I used though. I can't remember. So I am going to kind of mess around in this corner to see what the European and the antique gold look like together. Just wanted to show you the difference between these two. This is European gold and it's really dark. And then this is the antique gold. I have a feeling that's antique gold. I just have a feeling. So I'm going to see what this looks like. I forgot to get paper towels, because if I get too much of the rub and buff on the paintbrush, I need to blot it off. And I'm going to grab my laptop so I can listen to the new season of 90 Day Fiancé. Here's what I showed you before, and I think that was just one type or one color of the rub and buff. But then here is the other. And what I'm doing is adding it in layers and then wiping it. And I really, really like that better. And I think also I like this better because some of the dark is shining through where it isn't up here. I'm going to see if I can scrub some of that off. But I'm really liking how this section right here is turning out compared to that. So let's keep going. I am loving the way this is turning out. It looks so much better. I'm going to give you a sneak. Well, I'll just show you because I still have to change out the light bulbs and etc. But what do you think? So this is what it looked like before, the brown color. And then this is what it looks like now. I turned off the light because it was hard to see. But do you see the gold coming through? And I did that light fixture also. But I think that looks so much better. Let me turn on the lights. It just looks so much better. It goes better with the faux wood and everything. I'm really loving this. I still have to change the globes out, the light bulbs out, and then spot paint around the mirror where I accidentally got rub and buff on the wall. I really want to change out the faucets. I might do that. Maybe. I would like to. But sometimes they're hard to change out with these molded sinks. Let me take a peek. Oh, I think there might be, sorry about that. I think there might be enough room to do that. So I might change the faucets out, and then I need rugs, small area rugs yet. I'm waiting on the blinds to come in too. The blind and curtains. I forgot about curtains. One more thing that I would love to find is a cabinet to put here. And if you, okay. Rob is always so gracious. I'm going to show you a dirty secret. So when I was asking ChatGPT how far to put the toilet paper holder to the toilet, it said 10 inches. Well, they meant 10 inches probably from this side of the holder and not this. So I started it at 10 inches. So you have to lean forward to get the toilet paper. So this needs to move this way. And when I get that moved, I'm looking for a tall, skinny cabinet here to put towels in and such. And I think something tall would be really pretty here. And then I'll do some types of vintage, maybe a vintage wall gallery. I came out to get the measuring tape, because I want to see how wide the cabinet can be. I would love to put the knock-knock cabinet in there. I know, it's a kitchen cabinet type thing, but I think it could be really cute with towels and old shaving stuff and old bottles. But I think it's too wide. I just measured it, and the knock-knock cabinet is 39 inches wide. It's not gonna work. It's close. I could probably squeeze it in, but I better not. And if you don't know what the knock-knock cabinet is, the knock-knock I don't know who came up with that. I don't know if it was one of Ewan's or it just turned out that way. I don't remember, but I bought a cabinet off of Facebook Marketplace and it made strange noises. I'm not making this up. I promise you, I sat by it in our old house. It was the cabinet that sat right by that side of the couch. And I would hear it. Rob would never hear it. I would always hear it. It started out knocking once, and then it started knocking like 2 times in a row. It wasn't over a vent, so it had nothing to do with that. It went from one house to the next. So it wasn't going from like a moist or wet garage to inside. It just made strange noises. So it's named Knock Knock Cabinet. And here it is. She's a beauty. She's very pretty, but she makes strange noises. I occasionally hear noises. I always tell myself they're coming from the kitchen. I do hear noises, and I'm not making that up. And there are some evenings when Rob is out in the living room and I will tell him, "Did you hear that?" And he'll go, "Yeah, I heard that." So I don't know if it's the knock knock cabinet or if it's something different, but we do hear noises. And it's so pretty. She's pretty. I would love to have her in the bathroom. I'll have to try it. I've got a couple questions on the runner rugs in our kitchen, and I think they came from me doing a little video with Bug. He had that little piece of styrofoam on his nose. But let me show you the rugs that we have, 2 of them on either side of the island, and they're one of my favorite rugs. These are from Magnolia. They are Lowy or whatever that's called, Loloi. And this, I think, goes really well in our kitchen. I love the rust color. There are a bunch of different browns and a little bit of gray and some off-whites, but we have one on this side of the island and then one on this side. And this measures 2.5 feet, I think, by 10. But yeah, these are our favorite. They're thick and they're plush, and the quality is extremely nice.